If you're a business owner and your website was built more than 2 years ago, or worse, you're still running on some template you threw together on Wix at 2 a.m., we need to talk. Here's the truth. Nobody in my industry wants to tell you. Most small businesses are just expensive business cards. They look decent, they may be cute, but at the end of the day, they don't really do anything, and all that information just gets lost. That information doesn't get captured, they don't show up on Google, they're not optimized properly. They don't actually make you real money. You just do it because you feel like you need to. And the worst part, business owners are paying $2,000, $3,000, sometimes $5,000 for a website that just sits there. I'm Colin with Aslan. We're a digital marketing and technology company, and we build automation websites for real businesses. Landscaping companies, contractors, telecommunication providers, the kind of companies where every lead matters. And today, I'm going to show you how to build a professional business automation website using AI in GoHighLevel. Not a demo, not a fake example, a real website for a real business, start to finish. So let's hop into it. So anyways, guys, if you run a business, you want to stop overpaying for tools that don't talk to each other, hit subscribe. I break down all the different types of automational tools, specifically the ones that I use to help you build automational systems that work. No fluff, no hype, just the stuff that moves the needle. So what you're looking at right now is the GoHighLevel dashboard. It's an all-in-one platform, CRM, website builder, email marketing, text messaging, automation, calendar pipeline system, all in one place. The reason why I use it for my clients is simple. Instead of paying for Wix plus MailChimp plus Calendly plus some CRM plus a text messaging tool that doesn't really talk to each other, you're paying for all one platform that does everything and then more. We run multiple businesses on it. Our landscaping client, Williams Outdoor Solutions, their entire platform is on it, from their websites, lead forms, their follow-up automations, all GoHighLevel. Our client HyperNetworks, an infrastructure contractor doing over 1,000 website sessions a month, same platform. So when I tell you this works for real businesses, I'm not guessing, I'm looking at the analytics. All right, so what we're gonna do is look into the dashboard, and what I'm gonna be showing you is essentially how you would easily be able to build a AI website. And there's two ways you can do that. There's the website platform where you can easily, if you log in, feel free to get a 14-day free trial if you sign up under me, and you actually for life get help if you sign up for GoHighLevel. I actually also have a course that showcases how to start a business from scratch, from putting in information into the state, all the different types of papers, all the way to sending out your first email campaign. QR code that essentially can link to a phone that goes to a voice AI agent that can then book calls for you on demand. That's almost $3,000 worth of information and personnel that's done all from GoHighLevel for an easy, simple price, So we do all of that stuff as well. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is if you go to the website section and then go to build with AI, it's very simple. And here's where you're able to essentially build out the prompt, which is gonna help you describe and I would say ideate your new idea for your website. So this takes Wix and provides magic to it. Instead of having to do it yourself, now you can use your words, put it on paper, and then pull from your own voice branding system. They have a brand voice system where you can essentially update text information about your brand voice. So if your business is targeting, if your business is a plumber, for example, and you wanted to have plumbing vernacular, you would essentially set up the brand voice section. I could set that up in a different video. But anyway, so all you'd really need to do is go and put like John Brown Plumbing. Let's just do that. Business niche will come down, and let's see if there's HVAC. Home services is good. And then we want this, and I'm actually going to drop the link to this website if you guys want it for free on the down below in the YouTube subscription. So essentially you can get this website easily, and then if you sign up for GoHighLevel and get this website, I'll actually show you how to do more, from building out the different automations and systems, and actually have a course on that as well too. But essentially you come in here, you can pick generate leads, individuals, let's just do small businesses, or actually we want individuals, consumers, and then we want a product or service, and click customize. So we'll do English, tone, and let's just do friendly. And then what we're gonna do is be like, create a high converting plumbing website that speaks to general consumers who are looking for plumbing services. So now what we're going to do is wait for a second to essentially have it renderize the video. And this is where you make it yours. The AI gave us the bones. Now, after we essentially have the AI build it out, we can then look to customize it in ways that brand out your website even better. And this is honestly some of the first things we do. Even if this just becomes like a wireframe, I would almost consider this the new way of wireframing. You could essentially build out customized website for a client, have them look over it, provide you with their recommendations, and then go from there. And that goes from brand colors and fonts. There's different global styles you can update your primary colors, your secondary colors, and it's doing all this stuff for us in seconds. And a lot of times, before, when I would do these videos, I would have to essentially be building it out completely, which I used to love to do, but now it's way easier to have AI do it. And I'm also going to showcase the AI Studio, which is basically Lovable meets GoHighLevel. There are a couple caveats that I'll say about AI Studio with Lovable. If you're doing a website, the editing isn't really drag and drop, it's more of talking to it. I still like that hands-on drag and drop editor, website builder, and having a little bit more hands-on to it. I'm sure they're going to update it to that point, but we'll talk about that as well. And right now the AI is generating a full website structure. So it's going to build out home page, about page, service page, contact page. It's pulling in certain relevant copy, section layouts, and even placeholder images that match a particular industry. Now, is this a perfect out-of-the-box solution? No. And anyone who tells you that AI gives you a finished website is lying to you. I don't believe the platform is there yet. Maybe in 3 to 5 years, absolutely, because the things they're doing right now are absolutely crazy. But is this a starting point? You absolutely betcha. I'm telling you. All right, guys, so here we have a nice high converting plumbing website, and this provides us with some capability. Some information is there already, and this lets us be like, all right, what can we now do with this? Now, I would maybe take some pictures of this, throw it into ChatGPT, and it will essentially provide you with the content needed for it if you wanted to change it. But this gets you somewhat there. We have a bunch of different content here that we can also add a form, inquiry form right here, which is very simple. And this is a lead generation tool. And what a lead generation tool is it captures the customer's information. They come onto the page, you're providing them with a way to provide you with their information so they can then potentially get sold to down the line. So you're able to use the lead generation form to essentially then use like an autoresponder, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So I'm gonna go back out here. You go to forms. And if you see, I have a lot of forms already just for different situations. You can create a form from a template. I personally don't like to do that. I feel like it just makes it a little bit more preferenced, or the form kind of acts a certain way. I like to have a little bit more hands-on control. But there are a bunch of different forms that you can choose from, real estate, pictures, stuff like that. If you wanted to start from scratch, that's honestly the nitty-gritty way to do it for me personally, but it allows me to have a little bit more robustness. Most businesses' websites have a contact page with a basic form, name, email, message buried in the navigation. That's not going to cut it. Here's what I do for every client. The form goes on the home page, above the fold, right below the hero section, and you don't just ask for their email. You ask the questions that matter. So for example, for a landscaping company, what services are you interested in? With a drop down. Lawn care, landscaping design, tree services, irrigation. Now when that lead comes in, you already know what they want before you call them back. And we have it for all of our home service clients. When a lead interacts with the contact form, a text message gets sent to your phone and you can respond to the lead from there. However, we have an entire system built out for our higher scale customers, depending on where you are, where there's an entire pipeline built out where you can have drag and drop stages based off of your sales pipeline with contracts, integrations, things and so much more. Opportunity assignments. I've done that for my client, Hyper Networks, and their systems are now basically automated. Someone basically has to go in there and drag the opportunity through the pipeline stage in order to interact with their customers, because most things are automated. And that's the real power of doing things with GoHighLevel instead of Wix or Squarespace. When someone fills out the form, it doesn't just send you an email, it creates a contact in the CRM. It can trigger, like I said, automatic text messages. It can assign the lead to a team member. It can start a follow-up sequence. The website and the CRM are the same system. That's the whole point. And you would be able to set up that different conditions here. Maybe you want after the form it redirects somewhere, or maybe you want to have it display a custom message. You can have it where if they select a specific custom value or field, they'll disqualify. Essentially for my clients, I have it where I have it almost prevents bad reviews and keeps the internal ones, the bad reviews internally, so that any good reviews go to the Google My Business review page, and all the bad reviews will be received internally. You can do things that you want with it. So we have this form here. It's not a whole lot to it, but you can add different elements to it. Then you could even create custom fields, and they'll be added to the form here as well. And then you can make edits to the form. I like to have the background transparent for my forms, just because a lot of times when you're adding a form on the, what's above the fold, the first thing people see, it's going to be on a background that, you don't want to have a white background on it, because it might look a little bit ugly. So you put that on there. So we'll do Form 37 is the name of it. And then we come over to the newly formed website, John Brown Plumbing. You go to the newly website, John Brown Plumbing, and then we could add that form there. There's a lot of cool different things you could do with this. Like you can, with the AI platform now, you can ask it to set up your schema markup. All you do is create with AI, and then it'll easily integrate the proper SEO schema markup for your website. There's more to it. You still want to do all of the canonical links, metadata that you can, and make sure you add an image there as well. That's going to be important. We're about to get into the SEO side and how to make sure Google actually finds your site. If this is helpful so far, take a second and hit that subscribe button. I put out videos like this regularly, real tutorials, real business use cases, no guru nonsense. And the SEO panel is very, very simple. This really shows a visual representation of what it will look like on the platforms, and then you could manage the SEO titles right here, and it actually provides you with if the platforms are SEO compliant, as well as the descriptions as well too. You can build the most beautiful websites in the world, but if nobody can find it on Google, it doesn't matter. So 3 things you need to do on every single page is, number 1, make sure your page title is key. That is the most essential thing. This is what shows up in Google search, and it's also what Google's going to read. So don't just put your business name. Put what you do and where your business is, like landscaping services in Nashville, Tennessee. That's a page title that tells Google exactly what this page is about. And then 2, your meta description. This is a little blurb under your title and search results. Keep it under 160 characters. Include your main service, your city, and a reason to click. Something like professional landscaping and lawn care in Nashville, Tennessee. Maybe have it Better Bureau, BBB accredited, Better Business Bureau accredited. Call for a free estimate. And number 3, and this one is what a lot of people skip, your schema data, which I talked about down here. You can add your own professional schema data very simply, or you can have AI do it and it'll build out a professional automated schema data relative to your business as well too. And in GoHighLevel, this is all built inside the page editor. So click on SEO settings, fill in the fields, and then you're done. And then the last step, it's just connecting your domain. I mean, really and truly, after you've connected, you just click publish here. But you go to settings. I recommend using Cloudflare as your domain name provider, because it provides you with, in my opinion, better coverage and security. But you'd be able to connect the domain by clicking here, click connect, type in what the domain is, and then it'll populate. So if yours, John Brown Plumbing, if you've added the domain name servers inside of the platform, and if you use Cloudflare, it will do it automatically. But if you don't, you'll need to essentially update these records inside of your CNAME. So you can use Cloudflare, post it, just paste in the records they give you. Once the DNS propagates, it usually takes about 15 minutes to an hour, then boom, your site is live. Then the SSL certificate gets added automatically, and then you're good to go. And then don't forget to submit the sitemap, which you can easily get inside of the platform by going and clicking on the domain, click on the three little buttons, and then you'll have to pick what you want to include, click generate and save, and then you'll have your sitemap as well too. If you have a Google Search Console subscription, it's free. All you have to do is sign up to that. This tells Google, hey, I have a new website, come look at it. It takes 5 minutes and makes a huge difference in how fast you start showing up in Google. All right, before I let you go, the one thing most business owners get wrong with their website, they build it and forget it. Your website is not a brochure. It's a system. It should be capturing leads, following up automatically, feeding your CRM, giving you data on what's working and what's not, and then injecting AI into it so that most of those things are done for you. I look at analytics for our clients every single week with Williams Outdoors. Landscaping page alone brought in 113 sessions last month. Their homepage just started getting updated and analyzed, so we'll hope to see more updates and impressions, in the future. But that's just real data. That's the difference between a website that costs you money and a website that makes you money. And it all starts with building on a platform that actually connects everything together. If you want to try GoHighLevel for yourself, I've got a link in the description. You can get a free 14-day trial. The difference between signing up with me is you're going to be able to build together. You'll be able to ask me questions, sign up for me for strategy calls. We'll work together and we'll help build each other's businesses. And if you want a step-by-step framework for setting up your business, not just a website, but your automations, your follow-ups, your systems, check out my Launch Your Business course. It's $97, lifetime access, and it walks you through everything we just covered today, plus a whole lot more. Link in the description. I'm Colin with Aslan. If this helped you, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.